Level 1, the farmhand. You're 16, high school dropout, no college plans, no money for it anyway. You need work, now. Your neighbor runs a dairy farm, 150 cows. He needs help. $12 an hour, 50 hours a week, starting at 4 a.m. every day, including weekends. You take it because you need the money, because you have no other options, because it's work. First day, you arrive at 4 a.m., dark, cold. Smell hits you immediately. Manure, hay, milk, strong, overwhelming. Your job? Clean the barn, shovel manure, spread fresh bedding, feed the cows, haul water, whatever needs doing. You shovel poop, literally, for hours, every day, wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow. The smell gets in your clothes, your hair, your skin. You can't escape it. You're exhausted. Every day, your back hurts, your hands blister, your boots are permanently covered in manure. You smell like cow, always. You make $600 a week, before taxes. $500 after, $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. It's hard work, physical work, dirty work, but it's honest, and you're learning how dairy farms work, how cows work, how milk gets made. You're at the bottom, but you're inside. You're learning the business, one shovel at a time. Level 2, the milker. You're 18. You've been a farmhand for 2 years. You know the routine, know the work, know the cows. The farmer promotes you, milker. You'll run the milking parlor twice a day, morning and evening. 150 cows, each milked twice daily. Your job, bring cows into the parlor, 20 at a time. Attach the milking machines, 4 teacups per cow. Monitor the flow, detach when done. Send them out, bring in the next 20. You do this for 3 hours. Morning shift, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Then again, evening shift, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. 6 hours a day, just milking. Plus cleaning the equipment, sanitizing, maintaining. Another 2 hours, 8 hours a day, every day. No weekends off. Cows don't take weekends, neither do you. You make $15 an hour now, $600 a week, $31,200 a year. Better than before. Still not much. You're learning the rhythm, the flow, how to read cows, which ones are calm, which ones kick, which ones produce more, which ones are getting sick. You're learning that cows are individuals, not just a herd. Each one different personality, different production, different needs. You're becoming skilled, efficient, fast. You can process all 150 cows in 3 hours. Experienced milkers take 4. You're good at this. Level 3, the herd manager. You're 22. You've been milking for 4 years. You know every cow, know their production, their health, their cycles. The farmer promotes you again. Herd manager. You oversee all aspects of cow health and production. Breeding, feeding, medical care, production tracking. Your job, manage the herd. Decide which cows get bred, which bulls to use. Artificial insemination, tracking cycles, pregnancy checks, monitor production. Each cow produces 6 to 8 gallons per day. Track it. Notice drops. Identify problems. Mastitis, infection, injury, illness. Coordinate with the vet. Call them when needed. Administer basic treatments yourself. Antibiotics, supplements, hoof care, manage feeding, work with nutritionists, adjust rations, balance protein, energy, minerals, optimize production, minimize cost. You make $45,000 a year now. Salary, no overtime. But you're working 60 to 70 hours a week. So it's really $13 to $15 an hour. Not much better than before. But you have responsibility, authority, decisions. You're not just following orders. You're making calls, managing outcomes, running operations. You're learning the business side, not just the physical labor. How to optimize production, how to manage costs, how to maximize profit per cow. Average cow produces 2,500 gallons per year. Milk sells for $18 per hundredweight. That's $1.50 per gallon. Cow generates $3,750 in revenue per year. Feed costs $1,200 per year per cow. Vet costs $200. Bedding $150. Labor allocated $300. Total costs $1,850 per cow per year. Profit $1,900 per cow per year. Times 150 cows, that's $285,000 annual profit. Before equipment, before land, before debt service. You're seeing the math, understanding the margins, learning what it takes to actually make money in dairy. Level 4, the assistant manager. You're 25 now, you've been herd manager for 3 years. Production is up 12%, vet costs are down 18%. You've optimized the operation. The farmer is getting older, he's 62. Been farming for 40 years, he needs help, management help, business help. He promotes you, assistant manager. You'll help run the entire operation, not just the cows, everything. Equipment maintenance, repair scheduling, parts ordering, keeping tractors running, keeping milking machines working, keeping infrastructure functional, supply management, feed ordering, bedding delivery, supplies, contracts with vendors, negotiating prices, milk contracts. The farm sells to a cooperative, sets prices, sets quality standards. You manage compliance, quality tests, bacteria counts, somatic cell counts, regulatory compliance, environmental regulations, manure management, water quality, inspections, paperwork, lots of paperwork, labor management, hiring, training, scheduling, managing the 3 farm hands, the 2 milkers, making sure work gets done. You make $55,000 a year now, still working 70 hours a week, but you're learning the full business, every aspect, every detail. You're learning that dairy farming isn't just agriculture, it's logistics, it's quality control, it's regulatory compliance, it's labor management, it's finance, it's a complete business. You're also learning the challenges, the pressure, the stress, the thin margins, the volatility. Milk prices fluctuate wildly. Last year, $18 per hundredweight. This year, $15. That's a 17% drop. Wipes out most profit instantly. Feed costs fluctuate. Corn prices, soy prices, hay prices, all variable, all unpredictable, all impactful. The farmer is losing money this year, despite your optimizations, despite higher production, because prices dropped, because costs rose. You're learning that even perfect management can't overcome bad markets, can't control commodity prices, can't guarantee profit. Level 5, the farm manager. You're 28. The farmer is 65 now. He wants to retire. Sort of. Still own the farm. But not run it, not work it, not manage it. He offers you the job. Farm manager, full control, full responsibility, full authority. You run everything. He owns everything. But you manage everything. Salary, $65,000 base, plus 10% of net profit. If you make the farm profitable, you share in it. You take it. Because it's an opportunity. Because it's a step up. Because it's closer to ownership, even if you don't own it yet. You're running the operation now, completely, Every decision, every strategy, every outcome, your responsibility, you expand. Add 50 cows, up to 200 total, more production, more revenue, but also more cost, more labor, more complexity. You invest in automation, upgrade the milking parlor, rotary parlor, 24 stalls, cows walk on, rotate, get milked, walk off, fully automated. Can process 200 cows in 2 hours instead of 4. Costs $180,000. Financed over 7 years, but saves labor. Reduces milking time by 50%. Allows expansion without doubling labor costs. You negotiate better contracts with feed suppliers, with the milk cooperative, lock in prices, hedge against volatility, reduce risk. You improve efficiency. Cull low producers, breed for higher production, improve genetics. Average production goes from 2,500 gallons per year to 2,800 gallons. Year 1 under your management, farm generates $600,000 in revenue, $520,000 in costs, $80,000 net profit. You make $65,000 salary plus $8,000 profit share, total. $73,000, best year you've ever had, but you're working 80 hours a week, every week, no vacations, no days off. Cows don't care about holidays, neither do you. Can't afford to. Level 6, the lease operator. You're 32. You've been farm manager for 4 years. Profits have been good. $80,000, $95,000, $72,000, $88,000. Average $83,750 per year. The farmer is 69. He wants to retire? Fully. Move to Florida. Stop worrying. Stop managing. Stop owning. He offers you a deal. Lease the farm. 10-year lease, $150,000 per year. You pay rent, you keep the cows, keep the equipment, keep the profits, or he'll sell to you. $1.2 million for everything. Land, cows, equipment, buildings, everything. You don't have $1.2 million. Don't have $120,000 for a down payment. Don't have the credit. You take the lease because it's the only option, because it's still a path to ownership, because it's a chance. You're operating the farm now, not just managing, operating. Revenue is yours, costs are yours, profit is yours, risk is yours. Year 1, revenue, $620,000. Costs, $485,000, including $150,000 lease payment. Net profit, $135,000. You take $75,000 salary, reinvest $60,000 into the farm, equipment, improvements, expansion. You expand to 250 cows, more production, more revenue, more profit potential. You're building equity, not in land, not in ownership, but in business value, in operational capacity, in relationships, in expertise. You're also building savings for the first time. Real savings, $75,000 salary, living on $45,000, banking $30,000 per year. 4 years of this, you'll have $120,000 down payment to buy. If he'll sell, if the price stays the same, if you can get a loan, you're close, closer than you've ever been to ownership, to being a real farmer. Not just an employee, not just a manager, an owner. Level 7, the owner. You're 36. You've leased for 4 years, saved $125,000, built the operation to 280 cows, increased revenue to $750,000 per year, net profit averaging $160,000 per year. The farmer wants to sell. Finally, completely. He's 73, tired, done, ready to be done. Price, $1.4 million. Higher than before because you've improved it, increased production, increased value. You have $125,000 saved. Need $140,000 down payment, 10%. You're short $15,000. You take out a personal loan, $15,000, high interest, don't care, you need it. You're buying the farm. Bank approves the mortgage, $1,260,000 at 5.5%, 25-year term. Monthly payment, $7,700. Total debt service, $92,400 per year, plus the $15,000 personal loan, $5,000 per year for 3 years. Your first year owning. Revenue, $780,000. Operating costs, $540,000. Debt service, $97,400. Net profit, $142,600. You pay yourself $80,000. Reinvest $62,600. You own it now. The land, the cows, the equipment, the business, everything. It's yours. You're not rich. Not yet. You're leveraged, heavily. $1.26 million in debt. One bad year. One market crash. One disease outbreak. You're done. But you own it. You're a farm owner, not a worker, not a manager, an owner. You've made it. Level 8, the expansion. You're 40. You've owned the farm for 4 years. Paid down debt to $1.15 million. Expanded to 320 cows. Revenue is $920,000 per year. Net profit $180,000 per year after debt service. You want to expand. Bigger. 500 cows, regional player, real scale, real efficiency. You need land, equipment, cows, capital, lots of capital. You partner with the bank, agricultural loan, $800,000 to expand. Buy neighboring farm, 100 acres, add infrastructure, add cows. Total debt now, $1.95 million. Debt service, $155,000 per year. You expand to 500 cows. Revenue, $1.4 million per year. Operating costs, $1.05 million. Debt service, $155,000. Net profit, $190,000. You hire a farm manager, pay him $70,000. You're not milking cows anymore, not managing daily operations. You're managing the business, strategy, finance, growth. You're a business owner now, not just a farmer. You manage managers, manage operations, manage capital, manage risk. You diversify, add beef cattle, 50 head, grass-fed, direct to consumer, premium prices, additional revenue stream. Add agri-tourism, farm tours, school visits, pumpkin patch in fall, Christmas trees in winter. Additional $30,000 per year. You're building a sustainable operation, multiple revenue streams, diversified risk, scalable model. Level 9, the regional operation. You're 45. You've expanded twice more, now 850 cows, 3 farm locations, 450 acres total, 12 employees. Revenue, $2.4 million per year. Operating costs, $1.85 million. Debt service, $180,000. Net profit, $370,000. You're one of the largest dairy operations in the county, top 5 in the region, producing 2.38 million gallons per year. You've modernized. Robotic milking systems. Cows milk themselves whenever they want. Increases production. Reduces labor. Costs $500,000. Worth it. You've integrated vertically. Grow your own feed. 200 acres of corn. 150 acres of hay. 100 acres of pasture. Reduces feed costs by 30%. Increases margins. You've added processing. Small processing facility. Bottle your own milk. Sell direct to local stores. Premium prices. $4 per gallon instead of $1.50 to the cooperative. You process 15% of production, 357,000 gallons, at $4 per gallon. That's $1.43 million instead of $535,500 at wholesale, extra $894,500 in revenue, minus processing costs $400,000. Net gain, $494,500. This changes everything. This is where the real money is. Not in commodity milk, in branded, processed, direct to consumer. You're not just a farmer anymore, you're a brand, a business, a regional supplier. Level 10, the truth. Here's the truth about dairy farming, about every rank, about the climb from farm hand to regional operation. You started at $12 an hour, shoveling manure, smelling like cow, working 50 hours a week for $24,000 a year. You climbed, milker, herd manager, assistant manager, farm manager, lease operator, owner, expander, regional operation. It took 29 years, from age 16 to age 45. 3 decades of hard work, of learning, of saving, of risk. You make $370,000 net profit now, but you have $1.8 million in debt. You employ 12 people. You manage 850 cows. You work 70 hours a week. Still, you're not rich. Not really. You're successful. You built something. From nothing. From $12 an hour to a $2.4 million operation, but it's fragile. One disease outbreak wipes out the herd. One market crash. Milk drops to $12 per hundredweight. You're losing money, fast. One drought. Feed costs double. Margins evaporate. One regulation change. Environmental rules. Compliance costs skyrocket. Dairy farming is brutal. Thin margins. Commodity prices. Weather dependent. Market dependent. Regulation heavy. Capital intensive. Most dairy farmers are going out of business. Can't compete with mega dairies. 5,000 cows. 10,000 cows. Economies of scale you can't match. Milk consumption is declining. Down 40% since 1975. People drink less milk. More alternatives. Almond milk. Oat milk. Soy milk. You've survived by diversifying, by processing, by branding, by adding value, but it's hard. Constant, relentless. You work 70 hours a week at 45, same as you did at 25. The work never stops, the cows never stop, the business never stops. You can't take vacations, can't take weekends, can't take breaks, because cows need milking. Every day, twice a day, forever. Is it worth it? Depends. You built something, you own something, you employ people, you produce food, for real people. You make decent money, $370,000 profit on $2.4 million revenue, 15.4% margin, better than most businesses. But you risked everything, leveraged everything, worked constantly, stressed constantly, one bad year away from disaster. That's dairy farming, at every rank. Hard work, thin margins, constant pressure, but honest, real, tangible. You're not getting rich, but you're building something from nothing. With your hands, with your mind, with your will. Somewhere right now, a 16-year-old is starting as a farmhand, $12 an hour, shoveling manure, smelling like cow, thinking this is temporary, thinking they'll do something else, something better. Maybe they will. Or maybe they'll stay. They'll learn. They'll climb. They'll build. From farmhand to owner, from $24,000 to $370,000, from nothing to something. It's possible. It's hard. It takes decades. It takes sacrifice. It takes work, constant work, But it's possible. That's the truth. That's the path. That's dairy farming. Every rank, every level, every step, from the bottom to the top. One cow at a time.